is a reading for Taurus. I've shuffled ahead of time, but I do have a new oracle deck. Can you see that? Astral Realms Crystal Oracle. I am gonna pull one of those for you, Taurus. Been a little under the weather. I guess that's that. Feels like two of them. There's two. I'm gonna keep both. Intuition, and this one is eudaimonia. Okay, I'll let you figure it out. Eudaimonia. It's malachite is the crystal, and Uranus is the planet that's represented. That's not working out very well, is it? There is too much glare. There we go. Let's see, let's put that right there. The other one is intuition. Aquamarine is the crystal that's represented in this one. Sorry, you can't really see that. And it says water element. All right. Eudaimonia. Let's find out what that means. Oh, it's like there's supposed to be a third card. Sorry about that. Got a little hair on there. And we'll just take this one on the top. If I can just grab it. Wow. Not coming out. This one's empathy. Rose quartz is the crystal represented, and Venus is the planet that's listed on here. So I'll just put that one right there. All right. Past, present, and future, or mind, body, and spirit, strengths, weaknesses, or advice. That's what your 3-card spread is supposed to represent here for this. All right. Let's see. This is card number 9. Let's go to page 40. Okay, eudaimonia. Is a philosophy pertaining to each individual's self and finally living in your knowing. All right. You can access this knowledge and guide yourself down the path to your bliss by looking forward and healing your past traumas and wounding. All right. Okay, malachite. Let's see. This is an essential time to activate and open your heart, throat, and third eye chakras, for which malachite should be used. Malachite is known as the stone of transformation, and it is a highly protective stone. It creates a strong barrier around you and absorbs unwanted negative entities and energies. It's a good one to have. In doing so, malachite can bring old emotions and past traumas to the surface to be dealt with, and thus promote deep healing and positive transformations. Malachite also aids in the development of your intuition and enhances your creativity. It could be used in conjunction with the third eye chakra, to encourage visions, and when used with the heart chakra, it can bring balance into your relationships. Uranus, which aligns perfectly with Malachite, represents liberation and transformation and pushes you towards a life of enlightenment and progression. All right, so your guidance on this card is to reprogram your mindset. Actively make the decision daily when you're feeling low, irritated, or frustrated to reframe your state of mind, expressing yourself in a higher vibrational frequency and allowing yourself to take a positive from a negative situation. It moves you one step closer to reprogramming your old negative thought patterns. All right. Next one is intuition. All right, intuition is your own built-in guiding light, an instinctive knowing of right and wrong, good versus evil, and what is progressive for your soul or what may hinder or block it. Intuition is always with you, but you must learn how to listen to it and trust it. Oh, yeah. Another word for that is spidey senses. It gets a tinkling sometimes, just like with Peter Parker. All right, aquamarine is attuned to the water element and connects you to your higher self, allowing you to leave your fears and doubts behind. Aquamarine has gentle, free-flowing vibrations that can open and activate your heart and throat chakra, removing any blockages and allowing energy to remain fluid through all centers of your body. So this one is guiding you to gather aquamarine crystals in any form, place them in a bowl with filtered water, and leave the bowl sitting in sun or moonlight for 24 hours. The filtered water will become energized and infused with the healing vibrations and properties of the aquamarine. Pour the infused liquid into a spray bottle and use it to spray yourself and your environment when you are feeling stressed, worried, or blocked with negative energies. If the aquamarine pieces are small enough, they can be kept in a spray bottle with the energized water. Oh, nice. Okay. And then empathy. All right. Empathy and rose quartz. Now, I wear rose quartz non-stop. Let's see what that's all about. This one's about unconditional love, intuition, knowledge, and mutual respect. Everything is energy, even your thoughts and emotions, each one carrying a specific vibrational frequency. Being able to sense the frequencies of others, thoughts and emotions, is to experience empathy. When you're empathetic, you can understand another person's thoughts and emotions from their perspective, one that isn't your own. Empathy allows you to be more compassionate and to approach a situation proactively instead of reactively. It can foster a deeper understanding and mutual respect that may not have previously existed. Rose quartz is a stone with properties that enhance and enable emotional healing. It invokes your compassion and universal love and your ability to love unconditionally, to calm you in times of duress, heartbreak, and anxiety. Rose quartz allows you to use your emotional intelligence to acknowledge not only your feelings, but also to understand and empathize with the feelings of others. So your guidance here is to send to everyone globally the gift of empathy. Sit upright with your feet planted on the floor, With your eyes closed, take 3 deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling with a loud sigh to cleanse yourself of any tension or negativity you're harboring. Visualize sending compassion and emotional awareness to every person on a global scale by chanting 3 times, "May you live with understanding and acceptance." Wow. Okay. Gonna keep that right there. I'm still using the Tarot of Mystical Moments. I really like this deck. I like the artwork. One of the things I use to decide, about a deck, whether or not I'm going to use it multiple times or just once, is, although the artwork is creative, I still like to know what I'm looking at. The Chariot, 5 of Wands, Strength, 10 of Pentacles. Having those descriptors there for me, because I can interpret anything I want off of this card. So it doesn't mean that's what it's supposed to represent. So that's how I decide personally. I don't know about everybody else. So let's go here. 5 of Wands. Okay. Here looks like she's playing chess, or at least a version of it. One of the pieces she's got up and close to her heart. Oh, now if I had to take a guess at it, to me it looks like she's playing not necessarily out in the woods, but this may be this is mist, so I'm gonna say mystical thoughts somewhere deep in her spirit or in her subconscious. She is taking a gander at what's next, or how to move and move carefully next. Now there's 5 of Wands, but these are men. Oh, and 1 woman. Uh-oh. So let's see what the book has to say about it. All right. Conflict, struggle, dissension, competition, and debate. This woman is struggling to find the right move. Competition can spark excitement, but it can also be a distraction when everyone is at cross purposes. Says she faces 5 opponents while playing a chess match. Oh, I was right. Her skirt is patterned like a chessboard. I didn't realize that was her skirt. So yeah, looks like you've got to contemplate some next moves here. Or maybe you are trying to determine your next moves. You're making a careful, thoughtful choices. All right. All right, the Chariot. Control, willpower, success, action, discipline, and determination. But she's riding a snail. Kind of hard to seem determined or consider yourself taking action. Maybe this is slow and steady wins the race. Oh, she is. Oh my goodness. There's a snail head, and then it looks like either she's sitting in the snail's shell or she's a part of the snail. Maybe she's moving slowly. Oh boy. Riding a snail, which appears to also be an extension of her body. Oh, yep. See? She looks very confident and determined in her progress. The spiral shape of her headdress shows she is relying on the strength of her own mental powers and her will as much as the physical energy of the snail to progress forward. The chariot is on a journey, striking out on her own, and is leaving the past behind, which is represented by the castle silhouetted in the background. Yeah. Riding on a snail is very slow. Yeah, no kidding. And it will take time to reach her destination, but the charioteer keeps focused and she will reach her goal in the end. Yep. Control, willpower, success, action, discipline, and determination. So you're determined to get somewhere, to get to your goal, to get to, your means to your end. Maybe it's a goal you set out for yourself. We did just start a new year. And that's what that card represents. And then here's strength. Let's figure out what that one's all about. All right. For strength, a young woman with a cat. That is not a cat. That is a full-grown lion. And a cattail gently holds the head of a lion. Oh, she's got a cat's tail. Oh, she is mimicking something. Even though she looks much smaller and weaker than the big lion, she maintains a calm demeanor and seems confident in her ability to keep the lion under control. In this card, the lion stands for inner passion and desires that can be tamed and subdued with gentle persuasion, emotional restraint, and compassion. So this card represents inner strength, control, restraint, and resolve. So my first thought is to say, don't get it twisted. She's a kitten and this is a lion, but she's got him eating out of her hand. One of the things I noticed about my cat is that he does position himself to pounce on my husky. Big difference. Same idea with this card though. He has no fear that when he chases my dog's tail, that the dog is not gonna, nip at him. He just does what he's gonna do, and then I don't even know that he thinks about it. But I bet you he's prepared himself an escape route. And so I would say that's what the inner strength and control and resolve are all about. Is you realize that you may be seen as the underdog, but you are not by any means the weak one in the group or in the game or in the atmosphere at work or at home, wherever this may apply for you. You're reserved, but you're not weak. You're the smart one in here. Okay, Taurus, give me a second here. Let's get to the Ten of Pentacles. I don't know if the nails were a good idea or not. Hold on a second. And that is a tree, a very big tree. These rings, I remember rings on a tree. That's like how many years this tree has been alive. So it's probably 10 rings. But I think it takes trees 10 years to get a ring. I think. So the tree may be 1,000 years old. Sorry. I'm not quite remembering that correctly, possibly. But I know there's a certain number of time from one ring to the other that a tree takes to get a ring. Okay, so as an old man sits on a huge tree trunk, symbolizing his longevity, yeah. 10 rings on the trunk surface stand for the decade. Yeah, see, there it goes. It's 10 years to each ring. Um, 10 rings on the trunk's surface stand for the decades he has spent on Earth and the experiences he's had all those years. The flowers entwining the trunk illustrate the intricate paths life can take and how beautiful life could be. Through the tree rings, we can see the patriarch's biggest achievements: building a house. Oh, I see it. And raising a family. You see the house and the rings? I missed that. He has led a successful life and is well positioned to share his legacy with his family. So this card is a card of affluence, financial empire stability, family life security, and sharing the prosperity. So many people, not everybody, but many people strive to do just that, to build a legacy or a home, leave behind, money or an estate that their family can then live in or off of for at least a generation or two, maybe the kids and the grandkids, hopefully further than that. It's everybody's goal. And he's just sitting here looking back over what he's built. But this is in the shadows, Taurus. So then it could be that you are well on your way to doing this, to establishing this. Or you could be, older and kind of on the downslide and reviewing everything and making sure, sometimes they say, get your life in order, it could be something like that going on with you. Or maybe that's where your focus is next, is to get your life in order, to buy a house or pay the house off you bought, to leave your family financially set. Maybe you're evaluating how many years you have to go, or about what age you would like to be done and established like this. And yeah, you are reviewing the beauty around you as well. This is a pretty deep looking forest. It looks almost Amazonian, everything is super big. Those are really big flowers in contrast to how big he is. Why is there Amazon forest around here? Beautiful things. Maybe over your life or to this point, you've had some really big hurdles, but you found beauty in everything. 6. Are you about 60? Or something with a 6. The last 6 years maybe is what you've been focusing on establishing yourself here. Either way, the 10 of Pentacles, you're almost to the Ace, so you got a good start. All right, wow, more money on the table. 7 of Pentacles. On this card, we see a woman sitting on top of a tree. She's been busy harvesting fruit from the tree and is now resting from the hard work. On her lap, she holds a sliced apple with 7 apple seeds. They symbolize the investments she has made over the years. Oh, I guess I was right. And the potential profit that could come out of it. It was hard work and she looks forward to enjoying the results. But first, she must take time to assess the results and plan the next stage. So this is diligence, progress, sustainability, investment, long-term results, and reward. So, hey, these are apples falling all off of the tree for you. You know, you still got more to pick. So I would say good job with your financial decisions thus far. Just take a small break. That's what she's doing. Take a small break, look around, breathe some fresh mountain air. And then get back to business when you're ready. Man, and she was doing all of this with a pitchfork too. I don't know how old you are, but both I and my parents have used this thing. That's hard work. That's manual labor. That's before lawnmowers had engines and gas, and now, shoot, they're hybrids. They work just like a Prius. Been working hard, ain't you, Taurus? All right. And then here's another 7. I like this card. Can't really tell you why yet. 7 of Cups. Let's see. Delusions, wishful thinking, distractions, fantasy, and overwhelming decisions. Well, I don't know why I like it. It's just really pretty, though. She looks at ease. Maybe that's the fantasy part and the distractions, wishful thinking. So on this card, we see a woman in a dreamlike scene. The woman reclines on a bed of clouds in the sky, and her long auburn hair floats weightlessly. She is looking up at 7 shining stars, which symbolize the possibilities and opportunities and choices she can make in life. Yeah, this to me wraps back around to you slowing down to reassess, taking a break. You've done good so far, though, Taurus. So I would think no worries. This woman is choosing one star with her pointing wand, but is it the right choice? The chosen star might not reveal the opportunity she's been longing for. Woman needs to wake up from this dreamlike state of illusions and focus on what is good for her. Let's think about what can come in and be a distraction at this point for you. Only you know what that is. Is it a person, a place, or a thing? Yeah, she's kicked back on that cloud. This is the one thing that she's desiring. Oh, but man, she's got all these other bright stars around her. Sometimes this is kind of like what's sticking out to me is sometimes we want what we can't have. And thus far, you've been doing a really good job on building, I'm going to say it, building an empire. Whatever stage you're at, you're doing a good job at it so far, Taurus. So when you make decisions after you have taken this small break, you're going to have to try to follow the same guidelines you've been following thus far. Is this a good choice? Is this good for me? And maybe it's a person, place, or a thing that's threatening that. But you've been building pretty strong, so I wouldn't let anything come in and disrupt that. King of Pentacles. See? 10, 7, King. Yeah. You're lining up quite well. All right. Man. I like the look of this card too. His position. He's up there on top of, what is that, an elk? So a place that I used to live, there was one really big one used to come out of the woods, and it was staying around near where the coffee shop was, and nobody bothered him. You know, he's huge. But this guy, this elk has money in his antlers. And this guy's standing on top of him. Like, I think he was allowed to climb up there. Had to be. Okay. Wearing a suit and a hat, the King of Pentacles looks the part looks the part of the smart businessman. He stands confidently on a deer's antlers, being able to handle every problem masterfully. The deer is a symbol of strength. Boom. I already got that. Leadership and manliness, and also connects the king with the natural environment. 3 golden coins with the imprint of Caesar symbolize the king's financial success. I think to date, now I might be wrong. Okay, so sorry, let me do this first. This card represents wealth, business acumen, management skills, discipline, and financial adeptness. So you're smart with your money. That's why you've been able to set your family up thus far so well. Sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees, but in this case, you've been in a clearing. Your path has been clear thus far. A little misty, but ain't too many trees in your way. I was going to say something else about it, but I forgot what it was. So let's just move right along. All right. Loss, regret, defeat, disappointment, and pessimism, and gloom. The 5 of Cups pictures a sad woman dressed in somber colors. She stands in the middle of a lake, looking with disappointment at 3 flowers floating away. The flowers were separated from the branch she is holding in her hand. She is so focused on her loss that the woman does not seem to care about the 2 remaining flowers still blooming on the branch. Her regret is preventing her from moving on towards the other side of the lake. Oh. So you had to choose one thing over the other, and maybe you didn't like it, but it was very necessary for you to progress. And what I believe is these 2 flowers are you being successful in life and setting your family up, you know, legacy building type stuff. But in order to build that legacy, you had to move forward without a person, a place, or a thing that you maybe your heart truly desired. And I've already said something about wanting what you can't have. Her, I believe it was. And either either she is focusing on this land over here and these trees. Maybe she wants to go and get another branch off this tree, try it again, because she's lost these flowers off of the branch that she already plucked. But Taurus, you don't need them. You don't need them. You still have 2 flowers on here. And I'm no botanist or horticulturist, but I'll bet you can root this some kind of way. I just learned from one of my neighbors that the rose bush out back I have, it grows over my stairs, and what he told me was that I could cut the branch that's growing over the stairs off where it joins the main bush, stick it in the ground, and it will eventually root into a new rose bush. Now, I didn't try it. Maybe I will when, spring and summer come back around, but it's possible. You just have to try again in a different direction. Okay. Moving on. Hermit. If it's meant for you, it'll be there. Maybe it's not a no, maybe it's not right now. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Okay, with the Hermit, introspection, solitude, beacon, knowledge, enlightenment. The Hermit is a mermaid who sits on top of a lighthouse during the night. From her, high position, she can look out over her vast surroundings, and she is connected to the darkening sky, which represents knowledge, spirituality, and wisdom. Along with her inner thoughts, she holds up a lantern in the dark, illuminating sky. I'm sorry. Let me reread that. Along with her inner thoughts, she holds up a lantern in the dark, illuminating the way. With her bright light, she is able to share her knowledge, and she guides the ships to safety. Introspection, solitude, beacon, knowledge, and enlightenment. Okay, so solitude is sticking out with this one. That is going right along with this 5 of Cups. But she's still the one rescuing folks. She's still the one in position. She's still the one with the knowledge. She's still the one with the beacon to save people. And she's up on top of here, on top of this lighthouse, which means she can see everything. See, with great blessings come great responsibility. That's what's sticking out for me. At least that's what I'm hearing here. I have a couple of relatives who probably feel exactly like this. Maybe they don't like being the only one who can save the day all the time. Nonetheless, they've been blessed to be in that position, possibly for that very purpose. Who knows? I can only imagine how tiresome and lonely it may be, though, because who do you call on when you need something? Maybe that's why you were given knowledge, introspection, and strength. So you could be the one to build wealth for the entire family. You know, maybe even for the whole bloodline. You never know. All right, 5 of Swords. Let's see what that one's all about. She's looking kind of creepy to me. Conflict, defeat, self-interest, winning dishonorably, manipulation, and unfair advantage. I thought she looked a little trifling. She got the flower in front of her face. See no evil. Well, she saw something and ain't saying nothing about it. But you staying out of folk business? Let's see. Ooh, on this card we see a couple after a struggle. The man has lost the fight and turned himself away into the shadows. He's mentally wounded, and his hurt feelings have been mended with 5 scarlet stitches. Ooh. The woman won the fight and stands in the spotlight. She is wearing a red dress, which symbolizes the drama and emotional conflict the fight was about. In one hand, she holds a fragment of her opponent's wounds. Oh, she ripped his heart out. Ooh, that's treacherous, girl. On the other hand, she holds a large flower symbolizing her triumph. She does not look sorry. Flower hides half her face, indicating that she has not played fair and wanted to win at all costs, no matter how much pain she caused. Now, let me just tell you something about that right there.